So here we are, guys. Spooky system today. We have the Vesta i5 5320. This is a value bang for the buck gaming machine featuring a Core i5 3570K and a Radeon HT 7870. All of that housed in the BitPhoenix Ghost. Cling, cling. Now, as always, we're going to start with a close look at the exterior of the case, which you can see here. Ah, it's gone! Nah, I'm just messing with you. Okay. Here is the Ghost case. It's not a real ghost. It's just a Ghost computer case. We're going to start with the front. It's all about stealth. It's all about clean lines and clean looks. So the entire front of the case is super plain, but that doesn't prevent it from bringing in fresh air through the front at the sides. So both sides of the front door have mesh intakes, which when you open it up, you can see, there we go, are going to be serviced by these two 120mm fans that are behind yet another layer of mesh. So yes, we're still going to have the cooling performance we need in this case, but silence has not been ignored. All inside the front of the front door is sound dampening material, and once you close it, from the very front of the case, it is much more difficult to hear versus if you put your ear along the vents. Another cool thing about this front door is that it's actually reversible. All you have to do is remove a couple of little plastic clips. There we go. Turn it around, and you can open it the other way. Put the plastic clips on the other side, and no problems. You've got a much more robust reversible door than ones that I've seen in the past. In terms of the front I/O, it's your pretty standard fare. So you've got your front light, your other front lights for your power and your hard drive. You've got front panel audio, two USB 2.0 ports, two USB 3.0 ports, power and reset switches. You've also got a pretty handy-dandy little storage compartment here on the top. Or, if you want to use it for what it's actually intended for, you can throw either a 2.5-inch or a 3.5-inch hard drive in there using the included SATA connectors. Again, this is much cleaner and much stealthier than top hard drive implementations that I have seen in the past from other manufacturers. Yes, let's finish up at the top of the case. So by just pressing on this, I can take off the mesh here on top to reveal yet another two 120mm fans, so cooling has not been ignored. The sides of the case are very clean, very plain looking. And at the back of the case, we find the usual stuff. So powered by an ASUS P8Z77V LX motherboard, we've got a 120mm fan. And in terms of I/O, we have two USB 2.0 ports, a PS2 port, lots of video out options, including DisplayPort, HDMI, DVI, and BGA, SPDIF, that's optical audio out, four USB 3.0 ports, gigabit Ethernet, 7.1 audio, and then powered by your choice of a 7870. It's at the same price, whether you go with the 7870 or a GTX 660. You've got DVI, HDMI, and two mini display ports on the default configuration. Now there's one more spooky thing about this case, and that is how frighteningly easy it is to install this underglow effect thing that we've got going on here. So there's a couple pre-drilled holes on both sides. You use BitPhoenix Alchemy LED strips, so all you gotta do is unconnect the thing here. Flip the case over on its side, you can see there are prefabricated spots to put these strips. You can put whatever color you want, and it makes for actually a pretty cool little effect. Also on the bottom is a magnetic fan filter, which if you did happen to install a fan next to the power supply here, would be really helpful because you could easily take it out and clean it. Actually, I don't know about the, yes, it's the same piece, the same fan filter that also filters the power supply. So it's quite a large one, but it's a little bit easier to remove this compared to some of those, like I've seen in the past, ones with really long filters that pull out of the back, like on the Corsair 800D. In summary, is this system a scary good value at a frighteningly low price? I don't know. It's not really that different from anything else we do here at NCIX, but we thought this case was cool enough and quiet enough and sleek enough that we do a really neat little gaming system in it, so you can get the performance you want with the quiet you want. So hence the water cooling, hence the direct CU2 cooled graphics card, and hence the quiet case and low RPM fans. This is an extremely quiet system and it performs great. It's also very upgradable. If I was going to upgrade this system, probably the only thing I'd do is I'd throw a higher end graphics card in there, maybe go with something like a 7950 or a 660 Ti in order to get the most out of that 3570K, especially when you start overclocking it. Thanks for watching this episode of the NCIX PC Labs on NCIX Tech Tips. Don't forget to subscribe. Unless you're scared.